And welcome back to the Arcanum Awesome Gunner Build Part 9. So we'll just go to Caladon and advance the main storyline. I'm not really worried about levels at this point, because we've already got everything we need. Everything else is just gravy, but I've decided that the next thing we'll go for is disarm traps, because we're not really going to need repair unless we're hitting things with melee weapons. Yeah, we'll just let the levels come, and when we've got enough for a couple of points in disarm traps, we'll go and do the spot traps mastery, and when we've got 2 more levels, we'll get heal mastery as well. So we'll go to Caladon. That's the other good thing with a small party, it's very cheap to travel, either on the train or on ships. So the first priority we want to do here is the prowl mastery. Once we get prowl mastery, the game is just almost goes to easy mode. So I'll just save as always. So this is where the Prowl Mastery note told us to go to room number 4 in the Mushroom Inn. And you have to pick up the note and read it, and it tells you to look close near the beast with 4 legs, but 1 foot, which of course is the bed. You discover there's an object underneath the bed. So you wouldn't normally see that unless you read the note. You wouldn't figure that out. So you need to just go to the bed. We'll just put on the glasses and then look at the painting, and it says it's revealed a new mysterious location. We can put the glasses straight back. I'll leave the note there as well. The other thing we can do in here is talk to Bowmaster Keatzel if we locate his lost student, which I don't think we did actually. I don't think we did, but if not, I'll do that later. And I also forgot to mention off camera, I went back to Durnholm and I spoke to Leanna Del Par and told her about Maximilian. So, and we actually got a level which I put into, I can't even remember, backstab mastery. I think just backstab. So I can now, it's not going to be a huge help at this point, but once we finish do more of the Ancient God's Blessing, we'll have enough for backstab expert, which will allow us to use this wonderful sword and save on a few bullets. So we'll go and do the we'll get Prowl Mastery first. Mysterious location. There's a little bit of extra experience to be gained here as well.
An impressive attack! Impressive attack!
weakness to catch up.
Impressive attack! An impressive attack!
I think that might be all of them. And that's given us quite a bit of experience. Almost half a level's worth. And we go here. Get the note from the tree stump. So we have to read that at the fireplace. Near the in the mushroom inn. We'll do that. Oh, the other thing we'll do while we're here is two things. I stocked up just before I left. I've got just a couple of items we need for the ancient gods' blessings and a couple of other items which will be useful in Caladon to complete quests here. So we'll do these things. This is one. This is Maxim, he's the repair master. I've decided I'm not going to go for repair, but repair mastery. And he gives you a mechanical arachnid and a schemer to make one. Neither of these things are going to be useful. We're going to drop this off. But we'll keep him for now. The problem with the arachnid is, excuse me. Yeah, the problem with the arachnid. Let's turn my music down a little bit. The problem with the arachnid is it can't prowl. So it's not going to be very helpful for us for a prowl build. But we'll do what we can to keep it alive while we're using it. We could use a skill book to level it up even further. It can be actually quite a useful tool if you're not prowling, if you don't care about prowling, because you can put a whole lot of points into it. It can be a really good lock picker, for example. Yeah, and you can max out its strength, max out its dexterity. You can even put a few points of spot traps into it. So it can be quite a useful companion. So we'll just do this little quest here. And this poor lady is infected with lycanthropy. Oh, go on, go outside, that's it.
Sure, I'll do it right away.
Just make sure that my followers don't attack. And she can actually knock herself out occasionally if she critically fails. But I haven't seen her die yet. So she is the werewolf that's been destroying the rabbits. I'll just wait for her to recover. And you can get a cure later on for her in Tulda, in the Magical University. So now, I'll just advance to morning. Let's go, we'll do the other miscellaneous quests in Caladon. So we have to finish off Prowl Mastery. Yeah, this is the guy. I might just see, I possibly did find his student, but I may not have. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't. So what I'll do is I'll come back here. We do have to come back here anyway. And I'll speak to him again after finding his student. So this was the note, and if you read it beside this fire in the Mushroom Inn, it tells you where to go. Use a knife to slice my head, weep beside me when I am dead. So if you hadn't figured that out, that's an onion. So we need to go and look for the onion, I think it's called the sobbing onion. I'll just go there now. And this is where there's a Thieves Guild operative here as well. This is the Caladon Thieves Guild. So you can use these guys to get extra expert level training and things. The guy we want to talk to is this chap. AL. Does AL stand for Albert Leak, Master Power? Yes it does. It was quite challenging. Those are those words. And he gives you a little gift as well, a magical ring. And that is a nice little ring because it's not magical, it doesn't need magical aptitude. So if you only leveled up prowling to level 4, you could put this on afterwards, like after the Ancient God Blessing expires, and it would give you enough with other things to basically have maxed out prowl. So yeah, it could save you a skill point possibly, but that wasn't the build I wanted to play. So now we'll go and drop off this one other item we can drop off or use, which is the skulls. We had to find this fellow up here, and this is the other thing we're going to start. So somebody just died. So there's a murder on the loose. This is like the Jack the Ripper. This is definitely a takeoff of Jack the Ripper. The Whitechapel murderers. There we are. And we can go into here. So this is the guy we give throw the skulls to. It's great. So we'll just take his quest. He asks you to go to Half Ogre Island. And I happen to know we have to come in here. There's a note. I'm just doing this now to save time. I've worked out the quickest way to do all this, so we'll quickly go and get this other quest. And we'll talk to the policeman. Just make sure I'm not overloaded. Fine. Yeah, I've kept a dagger on my person as well. Now that we've got backstab, we could, and melee trained up to expert, we can use that if we're low on bullets or if you just want to save on bullets. So he recommends you talk to this prostitute, which again is straight out of the Jack the Ripper story. And now we just have to go back to just one of the houses, it doesn't matter which one, and we'll discover that there's a trapdoor that's way too heavy to move. You can talk to him if you want, and we just have to find the trapdoor, and it's way too heavy to move, so no normal human being could possibly lift that. Which, if you're intelligent, which we are, any character with a certain high enough intelligence will immediately deduce that it's probably something supernatural that was able to move the trapdoor, such as a demon. Could it be a demon? And so now he says go to the mushroom inn, so we'll finish that off. This is really just experience. You get a little bit of gold, but it's a fun one to do anyway. It's a very, very fun quest to do. And it means we'll be able to use the backstab that I've trained up. Okay, so we have to go back here to the mushroom inn with the constable standing outside the door. Inside, you see Lamaluk. So that sounds like a demonic name. Go straight back to the chief of police. Speed it up. Saw Lamaluk in green blood. Blasted, that sounds like a demon name. So what should I do? You need to talk to a demonologist. Who's Pain? He doesn't want Pain to come in. You can actually go and meet Pain after all this if you want to, and even get him to join your party. But we don't really need him. So we now need to go. This guy here is a telegraph operator. So we can actually, because we've already spoken to the Professor Eakins at Tarrant University about demonology, we can talk to him and say, here, tell us what to do about this demon. And we just have to wait, you have to wait exactly 3 hours and he will have a reply. So we'll just wait for. Have you received a reply? Yes, we have. Done. And he gives you a telegram. So he knows about the demon, and he gives you a book all about the legend of the demon and what you need to do. And the legend tells you you need to go and get this. There's only this one blade that can kill him, which is the blade of Xerxes, which is buried in this certain location, and it gives you a new map location reveal. So we won't be able to do any of that more now while we're in Caladon, but there are other... We can advance the main storyline, and there's another very, very cool thing we can do on our way from Caladon to Rosebar, which is visit the altar of Bolo, and which will allow us to get Pick Locks Mastery. And that's a very, very fun one as well. So first we'll just advance the main storyline. We have to visit 9 Grey Wolf Terrace. And also, I also off camera went to the Place of Lost Voices, which is where those drums and that note we got from the Zoological Society, which was opened by the key to the Iron Chest. And that allows us, that told us that we have to find the Book of Durin's Truth. So because we've done that, we now can explain our quest to this lady, and she'll allow us to purchase the book, or we could just rob it off her, either or. So unfortunately Mr. Misc is dead. We'll just buy the book. Yes. What price were you thinking? We don't have... That's fine, no haggle. And just ask a few questions about Victor. And most importantly, the book. How did it get out that he owned a copy? Because that's another little quest. I'd be honoured to offer my services. And if you look here, there's a passport underneath the couch that says 25 Dragons Turnabout, Wesley Carrington, which is this chap here. And that's where I stuck my head in just before, and I looked in his chest, and we got that note which said that he's been paid off by Mr. Elmer Burbottom. So something a little shady's going on here with this chap, and we can even ask him about it. I am Wesley Carrington. I have a question about the book. You mean the Curse of Senang? That rubbish. Blah, blah, blah. Forgive me, I'm looking to the matter. What can you tell me about Elmer Burbottom? And he gets hostile. Have you been looking through IC? He gets very defensive. I've just been asking around. Do you have something to worry about? Nothing at all. I don't appreciate accusations. I don't like your parents. So he's very, very defensive. So that's very, very sauce. Anyway, so we've now... We can go here and dig up Mr. Misc. So that's where his grave is. We know where his grave is now. And you have an amusing little dialogue here if you've got Magnus in the party too. I grew up in Caladon, blah 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 blah. And then he talks about this dwarf. There's my neighbour's boy, what was his name? Malcolm Shawfest, I think it was. Always making up things about his ancient clan and what... Hey, hang on a minute, there he is. What is it, Bingham? There he is, Malcolm. He points at Magnus. We haven't seen you for 50 years, where have you been off to? Your father was getting worried. You're only 150 years old, you know. You're talking to him and you point to Magnus. Yes, that's him. So good to see you. You're off on another one of those crazy quests to find our lost clan. Little Malcolm, what an imagination. Could you wait a minute? Bingham, Magnus.
Let's humour this old fool for a while. He won't be able to help us, and if playing along with his delusions helps our cause,
so he completely denies it.
I'm willing to do so.
But you don't know this dwarf.
This city dwarf? Of course not. I am a dwarf of the old tradition. I care little for these dwarves who forget their history and their heritage.
But he does seem to know who you are.
What? You must be joking. Look at him. He's grown soft. And his beard. I'd go so far as to say he probably trims it.
You're probably right, Malcolm.
Don't take the farce too far.
That's okay. So we need some help digging up, and because we're not persuasive, we'll just say, what does it cost to make you less inquisitive? 500 gold pieces, not a problem. And now just wait till the guards, wait till nightfall and the guards go off to bed and we can dig him up. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And just wait till midnight. That's normally pretty safe, and they'll go wandering off. And now I forgot to mention, we have Prowl Mastery, which means we can run when we're prowling and we disappear in the middle of combat, which is incredible, which means we can just stand there and blast and enemies will just stand there looking at us. So that's another reason you really don't need to put many points into backstabbing or anything like that, but if something gets too close and starts wailing on you, we can take it down very quickly with backstabbing. So we should be right now. And now you've got to be careful doing this. If the guards see you, they will aggro. So that just tells you about the Roseberry gift shop. So that's where we need to go next. I'll just dump that off. I'll give Magnus the shovel. Go on waiting here till morning. And I'll ask her where Roseberry is. There we go, that's done. So now we can go to Roseberry. I'll just save the game here. And if you're in the Caladon Thieves Guild, which we are, we could actually do extra quests here, but I won't spend any time on that. Right, so we need to just get to the edge of the map. This might be faster if I level up my dexterity. Not much point prowling at this point with our medical arachnid. Okay, what have we got? We're protected. Oh, good job. I just realised, I think, yeah, we got another level, so we can put points into extra stuff. Magnus, I want to advance. I want him to get Heal Mastery next, so we'll take him to that 12, and then the next two levels we can just give him a potion of intellect and max out heal. And for us, I'm going to put points into disarm traps. So let's just restore our technical aptitude a little bit. And we want to go to Roseborough. But I'm hoping to hit the Bolo, the altar of Bolo on the way. If we miss it, I think we missed it. There it is. Because we can visit that and put a ring in. Any cheap ring will do. And that, what that does is, you can't see because I haven't maxed out my decks, but that has given us an extra point in pick locks, and it's given us, you won't see this either because we're wearing gauntlets that take off your pickpocket by about 5 points. We've got a pickpocket point, which isn't going to do. Pickpocket won't really help us until possibly in game when we get the final blessing, but we're really not going to need it with pick locks anyway. But the most important thing is the pick locks, because we can now do the pick lock mastery quest as soon as we at least kick that off, as soon as we go to Roseboro. And if we have enough backstab, we can get the backstab mastery quest here too, but I don't think I'll bother with that. Just once we get the best firearm in the game, we are not going to need, with Prowl Mastery, we're not going to need much backstabbing. So what we need to do here, obviously find Victor Misk's son. He's up here. Philip Misk. Let's save the game again, I'm always a bit paranoid about grave digging. And that's what we wanted. Senang Horror on the Dark Elves. That's the famous book. It's an interesting story. In fact, we can just pop that straight back in there. We are not going to need it. We're not going to need any of this stuff. What's that? Yeah, we can ditch that too. That's pretty much done. The other cool thing we can do here is there's a fun little quest. We've got to go into the Roseboro Inn to get it. I'm not sure, they might be in bed by now, but we'll try. No, they're still up, that's good. This chap here on the right, he's here to take a picture of a dangerous creature, and it's quite terrifying. He got scared of it and he ran away, so we're offering to take the photograph for him. And there's actually one of the ladies in here has an arcane ring, I think, which isn't going to help us much. That's an arcane ring, which is really, really nice if you have a high magical aptitude. But we don't, so we're nice, so we're not going to steal. I think that's all we need here. I thought there was something else we had to do, but oh, of course, we want to kick off the Picklock Mastery quest. And that's over here. Straight down here, I believe. There's a house that's sort of L-shaped. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's where is it now? That one there. That's where we have to go. And this gnome lady, Perhaps I could be of assistance, and you already know that this is the man you're looking for because he's the picklock master. I want his knowledge, I want mastery training. But perhaps I could be of help to you, or something I could do about it, doesn't matter. You could say either yes, train me as a master. And then she thinks about it and says yes. Give him his tools, he can bust that himself. And she says, I'll give you my word as a mother, he will train you. And so this is a really fun little one to do. We definitely don't want to do that with the mechanical arachnid on board. So now, anyway, we've got... Yeah, I'm just trying to think. What I'll probably do is I'll dump off the arachnid. Where I'm going, where are we? Right, so we could actually go and do that right now. It is kind of tempting. Or we could go straight to Senang and get that over and done with. Yeah, no, I think we'll do that. Do this first. We'll get that out of the way. And go to Half Ogre Island. So we'll go and do the picklock, what's it called? Yeah, the picklock mastery. So we've got to go back to Caladon prison for that. There's a very, very easy way to do it and a rather difficult way to do it. And the difference is whether you're in real-time mode or turn-based mode, basically. So the good thing is it's night time, so in the dialogue with the locksmith's mother, she advises to go at night time because there's a lazy guard and this guy's sleeping most of the time, so you can easily sneak past him. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to save here because we definitely don't want to take these two with us. I'll pick up the arachnid, I'll dump off the shovel. Hopefully, let's see, yes. We're not going to be needing the arachnid again anyway, so I'll be dumping him off as soon as we get back to Tarant. And we'll just bust our way in here. And we'll go in here. And just bring Magnus over here.
Sure, I'll do it. How can I help you?
I'll tell him to wait.
What would you like me to do? I'll wait here.
Okie dokie. Well, let's see if we can do this. Now, you have to be extremely careful, because even with maxed out prowl, these guys have an extraordinarily good eyesight. So I prefer to do this in turn-based mode. That'll probably do. Right, see, I nearly got busted then. I'll just wait. Because they do have a general route they take. He's coming to... Yep, he's fine. Okay, they're starting to annoy me now. I'm just going to sneak right past him. This is why I prefer turn-based. Now if we jam a lock here, we're in trouble. I might make a new save. This'll do. Okay, and we now have Pick Lock Mastery. So we just have to get out of here in one piece now. Just make sure we're not seen. That's fine. And this is the reason it's almost impossible in real-time combat, because those guards are constantly prowling back and forth. So it's just a million times easier when you can, with 20 dexterity, because you can sneak right past them. There we go. There's Magnus.
How can I help you? It's about time.
We can leave. So that went well. We didn't have to... Of course we could have just killed people that got in our way. But that would have... and we did actually get a few naughty points for doing that. But we'll recover those. So that's, yeah, Pick Lock's Mastery done. Right, what else was I going to do? Yeah, we just want to go to Half Ogre Island next. There's quite a good XP reward for doing that. And that might give us enough, very close to enough for Heal Mastery. Once we get Heal Mastery and a couple more points and Disarm Traps, we can go and do the Spot Trap Mastery. So where are we? Here, Half Ogre Island, passage for 2. If you have a high haggle skill, you can actually haggle him down to half price. This is an interesting place. You never really know whether this was just some sort of a batshit crazy conspiracy theory or real, but it certainly looks real when you come here. They were breeding half ogres from human women and ogre males. Spot traps has come in handy there. Bang. And this talks all about it. So they were doing pretty shady stuff here by the look of it, but you never really know whether this was set up for you or... Oh, I just realised there's another little... Ow. Patch me up, Magnus. We can patch ourselves up. There we go. Let's just speed this up a bit. And we'll just go back to see. Yeah, I'll just quickly nick back to Tarrant, dump this off. Dump the spider off. shovel for now. We can dump that off for now. We can dump that off for now. This note tells us we're looking for Elmer Barebottom. I'll do that while we're here as well. Just check on our... We've still got plenty of bullets, I think. Yeah, I think we're good for bullets. What we could use... Yeah, we've got plenty of money, so we're not worried about either of those things. Go back to the Hall of Records. Make sure, yeah, she's gone to bed. So we'll have to wait till morning. She tells you he's in Ashbury. Thank you, goodbye. So we'll quickly go and do that. We want to go here. So there's two things we can do while we're here. We have to go to 14 Trellis Way, which is this one here. And you arrive and you find this poor little gnome guy lying on the ground, bleeding, while these assassins teleport away. So you can say what's going on. Dies, so he was Elmer Barebottom, so that's one mystery solved. And the other little thing we can do while we're here, which could be fun to do, is this chap here has a quest, and this might be enough to level us up. Yes, it did run contrary to most people's judgment, I would imagine. So we can just sneak right past this creature. And go forward. Gentleman's machine plate mail, whoops. You can make automatons if you wanted to, but again, they're not prowl friendly. I wonder if we aggroed it. I'm not sure. Might just try and quickly, uh-oh, we're going to have to fight it. Okay.
Sure, I'll do it right away.
Off Magnus. I don't want to upset him.
Sure,
We won't be
I'll
able
do
to
it
do
right
this
away.
quest, so we'll come out here. think we might be able to prowl back and talk to our... There we go. And if you have a high haggle skill, you can haggle a lot more out of him. Well, that gave us a little bit of experience, but not enough to level. That's okay. Sometimes the arachnid does come after you there, but our prowl skill allowed us to avoid it. I just didn't want to attack it too close to that guy, because with a firearm it could set him into panic mode and then he won't talk to us. And again, I would argue that's probably a product issue, aka bug, but a scripting issue of some sort. Right, so now we can go straight back to, I forget where we're going, Torrent. So now that we've done that, we can go back to Caladon, and from Caladon we can basically go, well, there's more than one way to do it. Yeah, I think we will. We'll go through, we'll do that. I'm not thinking we want to go here, go back to the docks. Oh yeah, one other thing I'll do while we're here, because we will need this soon. Talk to the Thieves Guild guy, we're high enough level now. And he gives us the location to Cree, because we'll need that for part of the Ancient God's Blessing. And we can pick up a barbarian idol while we're there. A little bit of extra bling. Okay, so from here we'll go straight back to Caladon and we'll do a quest on the way through. Just make sure I've got everything I need, I think. I think we've got, that'll be for curling, so we're fine, I think. Right, so we'll just go and visit the widow. I did pick up the book, didn't I? No, I didn't. I forgot. I almost forgot the book. So we go. Now that gives you the location to to the Iron Clan. We can't access it yet, but we will. We found out. And now, if you have a high enough charisma, you can have your wicked way with her. But we're certainly nowhere in that league, so I don't think there's anything else we can do. We're going to have a quick flip through. Yeah, so we'll do that quest on the way through with the photograph, and we'll do. That should be all we need to worry about. We could have picked up the Blade of Xerxes quest, but it doesn't matter, we'll do that another time. I just want to get to the edge of the map. And we're going to go... We could go back to Roseboro, but we don't. And she does give you a reward of a magic ring, which we don't need. Although she might give us enough for a level, but we're going to gain a level anyway, so we'll just keep on going. Here, we'll definitely level up on the way through. Let's make sure we're in Prowl. There's a few areas here. There's a broken cathedral, which will be, it's a good XP farm if we hit that. There's an old lagoon as well. And there's a place called the Cold Place, which is also how we've lucked out so far. Right, there's the broken cathedral. We'll go there. I really just want another level before we get to Kintara, so we can max out heal mastery. And just step out. I might even slow him down a little bit. Oh no, I can't. Okay. Oh, what are you doing, Magnus? You got a death wish? This is a bit of a nuisance, but it may be more efficient. Let's see if we can stab him. Wow, we're surrounded. We'll take out as many of these as we can. I think we can probably, yep.
Oh, you'll not
okay, so we
like
haven't
that,
quite
friend.
got the skill. That's why I only put one point in backstab as well. When we level up, when we get one more, we certainly will. Oh, he's dropped his weapon, that's bloody rude. Okay, well we'll have to fix that.
Sure, I'll do it right away.
You have your weapon back.
Sure, I'll do it right away.
I actually forgot to tell you to attack again, Magnus. Oh, you're healing. That's okay then. That's not a complete waste of your turn. That's another reason to give followers heal, and that's great. We've got another level. So I'm going to put that into Disarm Trap Mastery. Let's take out some of these nasty creatures. They are bloody tough, those green shades. We've got a super high damage resistance. Okay. I got a little lazy with that fight. Oh, there we go. Now you get very good loot in this chest. It's an arcane chest. But unfortunately it's not loot that we can really use. So we really won't bother. It looks like arcane plate mail and an arcane shield to me. But no matter, we've got... Let's just check. Magnus has used a few bandages. We'll give him another... We'll give him some more bandages. And we've got some spare ones if we need. We'll be fine. Most importantly, We can now train disarm traps. And we're only going to need apprentice level. But for Magnus, we've got enough for heal mastery, so we can grab that on the way through. Slow them down. Right, so we've got to get a photograph of this creature here. Oh, we're a little bit weighed down as well. So we just have to go straight, sort of northeast, and almost run smack bang into it. Right, so we just got to kind of sneak up to it a little bit. It's got a very high perception. Take a photo. Might even, let's see how cheeky we can get. I wonder if we can go right up to it. One more for the road. Perfect. And we can kill it if we want to. Have to slow it down a little bit. Oh, because we've got Prowl Mastery, he can't see us. And we can just blast it. Yes, that is. Okay. Oh yeah, so the other good little tip here is that, yeah, if you keep going up from where you find him, there's a bridge. And this bridge is like a pass. You can, it allows you to then, we can now go this way where we couldn't before. It's a very, so we can go straight to Kintara. And then from here we can go straight to Senang. And we can also do, which I forgot to do, we can pick up the Spot Trap Mastery quest. We can do that later, since we're not going to be encountering any traps on the way between here and Senang. Let's just see. That's one. And he's given us a set of chainmail that we definitely don't want. I might just sell that. In fact, I don't need it. I might even just stash it somewhere. This will do. And the last thing we need is a set of magical elven chainmail. There you go, that's a pretty good exchange. You got a free suit of elven chainmail for 34 coins. Now, here is what we want, where we want to be. Just save. So we want to use Potion of Intellect. Level Magnus up. So now he can get Heal Mastery as well. I would like to be trained as a Master Healer. You are both wise and good. That's one good thing about being good. If you have a high persuasion, you can persuade her when she's evil. Thank you, I'll continue to help others with your gift. And she gives you this lovely little amulet. That gives you 4 constitution, which unfortunately isn't going to help us without a high magical aptitude. But we'll pick up another quest on the way. We probably won't claim on it, but we could run into these interesting blue wisps if we do. And she gives you this little gem which can make you invisible. It's a one-time use. And she's a scientist, and you can ask her about the essence and the Vola's wisp. She's trying to find this special wisp. So that could be an extra little... I don't normally go out of our way to do it, but if we run... When you go through the glimmering forest, there is a small chance that you could run into one of these creatures. And if we do, we definitely will collect on it. Righto, so from here we will go straight to Sinang. That's where prowl is handy. Alright, let's just blast our way through them. Oh, one shot. And because we've got Prowl Mastery, they can't see us unless they literally walk into us. So that was very, very useful. And there is one other little place we'll visit on our way past Sinang. I just realised I think I hopefully gave him, yes, thank goodness. That's the reason I normally give him the amulet, because I always forget to bring one. So you need a Malokian hand amulet to come here. Otherwise you'll have to, you can possibly still fight your way in. Now, because if you have a high enough persuasion, you can not only sweet talk your way around Raven, you can actually seduce her. I did that once as an elf. You have to be an elf as well, and you have to have a minimum amount of beauty, but she'll want her wicked way with you if you do. But here, so nothing good's going to come of this.
When my guards informed me a foot soldier of the Malokian Hand was here to see me, I couldn't guess what you could possibly have to speak with me about.
Let's try that, shall we?
What is it now? Judging from the Hand's famed reputation, I assume you were here to tell me that the survivor has been located and eliminated.
So we can bungle it many different ways here.
You came here to waste my time with news of your incompetence? I think you are searching for anything to excuse the Hand's inability to locate the survivor. Your attitude troubles me. We have shared our information openly with the Malokian Hand, and then you come here, accusing us of dealing deceptively with you.
I'll choose this one.
You had best leave my presence before I gouge your eyes out, you shiftless scum. Your death will be slow and painful for mocking me.
Will it now? Okay. Oh, this is going to go badly, I can just tell. Let's just slow down this guy. Righto, let's see. Wonder if we can... Yeah, this is a shit place for a fight because we can't get far enough away unless we go over here perhaps. There we go. You won't be able to see us there. And they have a horribly high dodge as well. There we go, that's one. that? I barely hit him. It might help if I slow him down a bit. Yeah, that helped a bit. He only got attacked once. So this is where the low magical aptitude definitely... the lack of tech can come into it there. That was the main thing we came for. Magnus has healed himself. What are you picking up, Magnus? I don't want you picking up anything. I have no idea what he just picked up. Let's check his bandages. He's only got 4 bandages left. We can give him some more, or we can... no, I'll keep them. Alright, let's go. And then you run into this leader of the assassins. But luckily we know everything about him, so we can just... we can be nice. There's some very funny dialogue options here. Okay. Because we discovered the book, and because we read the Journal of Kurgan, we know everything about them. You can tell him the truth, and then that's it. That's the end of all the Malachian hand assassin attacks, which are almost tempting to keep going with, because you do get a bit of experience, but you max out so quickly in this game that it doesn't really matter. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do before we leave this part of the map is go to the altar of Caladon. And I always forget where it is, but I think it's around here somewhere. So yeah, I might call it here. I'll go to the altar of Caladon, get the blessing for that, and then I'll start the video again in Torrent, where we can do the I'll train up to some traps. We can do the spot trap mastery. But the beautiful thing is now that we've both got heal mastery, Magnus can I can give a small stack of bandages to Magnus and keep a couple for myself, and we are never going to worry about injury ever again. I'll just continue to level Magnus a little bit. So yeah. So I'll start the video again when we get back to Torrent, or maybe when we get back to Kintara. I'll start it again and we'll finish off the main storyline quest and start doing the spot trap mastery. Okay, I'll talk to you in the next video.